It's a priority for RightHand to create opportunities in the creative space for talking about the current race issues experienced by many. These leaders got together to share, listen, and better understand the blind spots and constraints we face in being more diverse. Here are a few video highlights.
So I think baby steps is where we see progress, but I think a lot of fear is in that first step of, can I be open to something that, like Katie said, is outside of unlike myself?
But there's a fear, particularly with white people, that when you go down that road, you expose yourself to the things you've messed up, and you expose yourself to the system that has gotten you to where you're going. And that is really hard for people to like come to grips with.
You do want to look at seeing progressive skills and 2 years of experience and agency experience and B2B and B2C and all these other great things. But how many times have we missed someone who was just waiting to explode because they just haven't been given that chance?
I think it is, we need more people to go outside who are in higher positions, because that's really what has gotten me connected to people. It's someone who had influence, who was like, hey, you should really meet this girl, Tiffany, that I just happened to have met through someone.
To do my job to the best of my ability and find the absolute best talent, I'm missing a whole category of people who are in that range. And I do have to work harder to do it and bring that in, but that's just because they're not sitting right in front of me.
At what age do you wish you knew something? And that goes back to like the high school or, you know, the younger generation, just giving back to them. You know, they're the future. I wish I would have known a lot of things, you know, ahead of college.
Once I got that experience with them, that introduced me to a whole new world that I may not have gotten. You know, it just would have been a lot harder, right? So once I got that introduction, it's just snowballed into so many other opportunities, even without their help. So just, you know, reaching out and finding somebody, you know, from a diverse background can really, really change somebody's life.
And I didn't see that. I didn't have before being introduced to that, I didn't know that was available. I didn't know that was out there. So I think now in my position, what I do with a lot of people is tell people, I always bring people on and say, hey, there's more out here than just this.
And saying, how can I help you? And then actually doing it. But I think it's a simple question, but if you really mean it and you're able to make connections for people, asking, you know, how can I help you it's impactful.
But we have to take some of these initial steps that are kind of really awkward and really uncomfortable, and in most cases even inefficient. And so that's the other just intentional way of looking at this whole situation differently.
When you get those opportunities, just remind yourself that, you know, I love this. I have the skill set to do this, no matter, you know, what people may tell you. Just jump right in. If you fall, you fall, but just have the ability to, you know, to get back up.
And so his motto was find one, help one. And he said, that should be your ideals going forward, because you've had somebody find you and help you. So now it's your job to find somebody, help somebody.
And I would encourage anyone, if you're finding resistance, find a mentor. And if you're talented and you have a craft and a skill set, invest in yourself. And you can never lose by investing in yourself.
How are you investing in yourself? Are you making an effort to connect with others that aren't like you? Add a comment or send a message to share your thoughts.